Hey guys.
Alright folks, we're here today to check out the Patreon poll winner of the week. None other than Delain, finishing in top spot with 80% or something along those lines of the votes. Now, I'm glad that it won because I'm dying to see what this new Delain, this version 3.0, because it's not even 2.0, I think it's more like 3.0, what this version has to offer. So without further ado, you want to get into this?
Yeah.
Alright, let's check this out. That's one big dark hole. Maybe a glory one, I don't know.
A glorious hole.
Wow. All right. Can I go first on this?
Sure.
All right. First of all, I had heard a rumor that Tim Pool had a band, but I didn't know he played drums. So really interesting to see Tim Pool playing drums on Delain. Wasn't expecting that. So first, that was the first point that I want to make.
Okay.
The second, you know who Tim Pool is, right?
I think I do. Yes.
Okay.
And let's go on.
All right. The second thing I want to say is that I'm trying to word this the best way that I can possibly can, which is, well, before I say that, let me add another joke into this. By the way, I saw all the stars in the sun in the video, and today a news broke out that NASA wants to send a probe to Uranus. I've had 2 colonoscopies in the last 20 years. No life forms were found. So they can leave my anus alone. They can just probe your Uranus if that's what they want to do. So this is a true story. They do want to probe Uranus.
You don't.
I just want to say.
I just find it funny that like you thought of both jokes and you decided to say them, but you were having a hard time wording your actual point on the song.
Yes, and I just said these jokes to kind of break some time, so I have a better way of wording my words.
Go.
Okay, so let me go on now as far as the song is concerned. First of all, her voice is phenomenal.
Yes.
Phenomenal. Now, I don't know how that's going to work with the old Delain material.
The Gathering.
The Gathering. So I don't know
that
how...
song, I don't know what, I think, even though like...
Whenever you hear the word Delain, whenever I say Delain, the next word that I hear from this guy is
The Gathering.
The Gathering.
Because I'd be like flipping through my phone and that song would always like somehow make its way into
You just love Marco. That's the problem. Yeah, that's the problem with you. You have too much love for Marco. So anyhow, I don't know how her voice is going to react or how it's going to get integrated with the old Delain material. That's still to be seen. The jury's still out on that. But does she have some pipes? That is undeniable.
Yeah.
And she's an incredible vocalist, showcasing all of her talent in this song. So I have nothing negative or even slightly negative to say about her voice. For a song like this, for this kind of sound, absolutely phenomenal, mesmerizing, all of those great adjectives that you can throw out there. She definitely delivers. She looked a little bit like the phoenix that has risen from the ashes with the thing on her forehead and the way she was dressed. Fucking phenomenal. I don't know if that was the idea behind it, but fucking it worked that way. So nothing there to say. The only issue that I had with this entire song was the harsh vocals, because it kind of reminded me a little bit of Amaranth, and we only need one Amaranth. One Amaranth for me is enough. I don't need 2.
I was gonna say the harsh vocals for me was like I enjoyed like the vocals themselves were good, but they were very similar. Like both vocalists were very, very similar. So like why have there's no dynamic there. It's just basically like if the one guy was singing and then stopped and then started singing again.
I don't disagree with you, but I honestly don't think that we even needed them.
We didn't need them. I did like them.
No, I like the tone and delivery, but I just felt like the song didn't need it.
They didn't need them, but if they're gonna have it, why have both? There's no dynamic there. Because they sound the same.
That is true. I didn't think about that. Because I was hung up on the fact that I didn't even want them to begin with.
Yeah,
because this is the first single of the new revamped Delain. And let's face it, everybody wants to see what she's going to deliver.
What she can deliver, yeah. I think that's what everything is going to go.
Like, if you're going to put these kind of vocals into a Delain song, do it in the next single. Like, this single, I just want to hear her. And this is gonna, because this is I always say there's only the first impression once. You cannot make a first impression twice.
Yeah.
So if this is my first impression of this new Delain, this revamped Delain, when you add those harsh vocals, immediately my brain went into Amaranth.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I'm not a huge Amaranth fan, so I feel like the world doesn't need more than just one Amaranth. That's pretty much all that the world can deal with is one Amaranth. So I don't think we need 2. And second point is that you're showcasing your lead singer with the first single because you're revamping the whole band.
Exactly.
So let her have the stage.
This should be the song
for the whole song.
This should be the song where she's allowed to show herself off.
And she did, but I felt like those harsh vocals
took more spotlight away from her, where she needs, because
it's like they're photobombing her. You know what I mean? Like she's singing and then somebody is like photobomb singing her.
It's like two twins photobombing because they're literally the same. I think I was
You're
more
more hung up on the fact that there's no dynamic.
Yeah, I was more pissed on the fact that they sound the same because, did I enjoy the harsh vocals there? Yes. Did they have to be there? No, not really. But since they were there, I'm going to judge them on them being there.
Okay.
And, they sound the same. So, really, having one guy sing and another guy sing...
It makes no difference.
It makes no difference. Now, does that make the song worse? No, but seeing it and knowing that there's two guys singing those parts, it's just weird to me because since they do sound the same, you're really cutting off any dynamic you would have between...
Like the way Amaranth does with harsh vocals, clean vocals, male.
Exactly.
Harsh vocals, male, clean vocals.
Exactly. Yeah. So, if you wanted to do that, change up the vocal approach, or just
have one of them. Or just have one of them.
Or just have one of them.
But in my opinion, don't have them at all. I'm not saying don't have them, period, going forward.
But for this song.
But for this song, because you have to think about first single, like I said, introducing the band, introducing the new revamped Delain. And if you want to introduce the new revamped Delain, now the feeling that you're leaving people with is this going to be going forward? We're going to get more harsh vocals? Because if that's what you're going to do moving forward, once again, the Amaranth comparisons are going to be there.
Yeah.
They're going to be there. So I don't really think that you should release a song that's going to make people ask more questions than answer, and it's also going to compare you, not necessarily to the Delain that you were before, but completely different band that's already doing something very similar. I think you want to trail your own path, and the best way to trail their own path would have been to give her the full boat. Just let her sing, let her do her thing, make the song, put her on a pedestal, and let her shine. Because that's what's going to bring the fans and say, hey, Delain is back. Let's fucking get back on that bandwagon. Let's get back on it. Obviously, I enjoyed the song. I really did. I enjoyed her vocals, but I just didn't want those harsh vocals in there. Every time the harsh vocals came in, I kind of glazed over it and waited for her to come back again, because her voice was phenomenal. Really, her voice is phenomenal. I feel like it fits in this sound. It fits in perfectly with the sound that they're created for this track, and I think it's going to work with other tracks, and I think it's going to work with the past material as well. Phenomenal vocalist. She has great presence, very dynamic. I love her tone. When she hit those high notes, she's letting people know, hey, I'm not just going to be down here treading water. I can also take it. I can play above the rim.
Yeah.
Like I'm a 6'4" point guard. I can shoot from the perimeter. I can dunk in a breakaway. I can make some passes. I can play some defense.
All-star player.
Yeah, like kind of. Yeah. Maybe, one of those, I don't know, point... I use the terminology that I'm not really familiar with.
And you like basketball.
I like basketball, but when I think of point guards, I think of Steph Curry. And to me, he's not a great point guard. He's actually very one-dimensional. I know, like, people are going, what the fuck, the guy's won so many... Yeah, he's a shooter. He's, like, to me, he's not the complete package when I think of a point guard. So anyhow, that's just my personal take. But the guy's phenomenal. But you take away some of those pieces around him, he's not the same. Anyhow, moving on. That's my take on it. I don't know if you feel the same way.
Yeah.
Or if you were more impressed with the song, and your only sticky point is the fact that it's two vocals with no dynamic there.
I enjoyed the song. Obviously her vocals were amazing, and did I want more of her vocals? Yes. I'm still kind of on that harsh vocal thing, but other than that, for me, the song was pretty good.
So what do you think going forward? Do you think those harsh vocals were just on this track? Maybe something going forward they're going to use more? Is this going to be the more Delain sound of the future? With three vocalists, basically, where two sound the same.
Sadly, I want to say no, but sadly, I feel like they're gonna have more of the harsh vocals in the future and in more songs, which is just gonna make Delain turn into like a watered down Amaranth.
Wow, those are harsh words, but you pretty much said what I said, but
harsher.
More to the point.
Yeah.
I try to fluff it around. I try to be nicer.
I'm like disappointed in what you asked me, because like it made me think about, this is not what I want the future to look like, but let's be realistic here. This is what the future is going to look like.
You can't just look at the song and say, okay, this is the song. This song, like I said,
this song is what's going to trailblaze the rest of their
but it opens more questions than it does resolve some of the answers.
Exactly, and if they're going to use them, and my logic is they're not going to just use it on this song. Why would they use harsh vocals on one song and let it be the first song to, for them? Makes zero sense. Yeah. Obviously, they're going to use it in multiple songs. So the disappointment is
Imagine if the album comes out and there's no other harsh vocals but this song. I would be completely floored. I would be shocked.
I would be shocked.
I would be shocked.
They did a complete 180.
Yeah, because this is the first single too. I mean, you try to put you're trying to put your best foot forward, right?
So I think harsh vocals come in the second single, like you said, but definitely not this one.
Okay.
But sadly, I do think that there's going to be more songs with them, and like I said,
we'll see. We'll have to wait and see.
We'll see.
Maybe it'll work better in other songs.
Yeah. They'll be there, but maybe they will work better.
Yeah. There's always hope for better things. And this is not like it sounds like we completely hated the track.
No, I
fucking love the song.
But we're also just looking into the future of what this track means for Delain.
We're not just funnel.
We're not just on the track. We're on what Delain will be now.
Yeah, because we're looking at the song and we're looking at what the song is for what the song is, but then also looking at the impact that this song may have and what the future holds.
Yes.
I think we're looking more at the broad spectrum, not just tunneling into just one single track. But I love her voice and I love the song. I just think that it didn't necessarily check all the boxes that I was hoping that it would check, and actually checked some boxes that I was hoping that it would never check. So I feel maybe I need to listen to this song a few more times. The jury's a little bit out.
I think even if you listen to the song a few more times,
maybe it'll just confirm my opinion.
It'll confirm your love for the female vocals, but it will just kind of like confirm your opinion on the rest of the song. Vocals. Yeah.
All right. I think we're on the same page here. What do you guys think? What's your thoughts? What are your opinions? Use the comment section. Let us know. Hit us up, and we'll see you guys at the next video.
See ya.